Yes, the movie's based on a play I wrote, first premiered in 1993. It had a long trajectory to eventually find its way here as a film, and then eventually find its way here to the festival. The inspiration, it's always hard to kind of figure out where they originally come from. Certainly, Jim Thompson, an author of Pulp Fiction, who is another drunk from Oklahoma, was one of the early inspirations for the piece. The piece is also based very loosely on a true story. A headline I read, I think it was a Florida family actually, in which the mother and the son were dealing cocaine. The son found out that the mother had stolen cocaine from him, and so then he plotted with his father to kill his mother. And it was the ease with which this family had made these determinations about the members of the family who should be killed that I think was one of the early inspirations for the piece.
I see the world as Tracy sees it, and not in a critical way, but just we see the same things in human nature and in human behavior. And often we find a lot of these things humorous, but humorous in a very dark way. And I've never thought of the film as a play. In any case, I have to ask you a question. Have any of you seen the film Casablanca, the American movie? Okay. You think it's a pretty good movie, Casablanca? It comes from a play. In fact, it comes from an unproduced play called Everybody Comes to Rick's. And the film, which is usually considered by critics to be one of the first or second best American films, is very close to this unproduced play. In fact, a lot of the dialogue is from the play. And then a lot of it was invented when they made the film. But there are many wonderful American films based on plays that you're not even aware of their origins, like The 7-Year Itch, which was the film that really introduced Marilyn Monroe as a star. The film called The Petrified Forest that introduced Humphrey Bogart. And these are movies. Movies come from every possible source. They come from novels. Some of them are original. They come from comic books. They come from video games. And they come from toys. But often, a film that has as its source a play, the dialogue is usually very good and it's very worked out. So what attracted me to this was his unique vision. It's his vision, this film. And in my case, I'm like the conductor. I do a lot of operas now. And I never take credit for Verdi's work, or Puccini's, or Richard Strauss. And I take very little credit for his work. It's all there. The other thing was a great cast that I was blessed with, led by Mr. Hirsch and Matthew McConaughey and the others. If I couldn't get a cast like that, I couldn't have made this film. But the vision is something that he should talk about, because this film is his vision, and I'm just on the same page with it. Grazie. Thank you for the question. I've made 2 films in 5 years, and they're both written by Tracy Letts. I see a lot of scripts, a great many scripts. I don't see too much else that I would like to do as a film now. I'd rather sing in Las Vegas, or direct operas, which I'm doing a lot. I'm doing an opera in Florence, Firenze, in October with Zubin Mehta and the Maggio Musicale. I enjoy directing opera. I don't like a lot of the scripts that I read, and I'm not drawn to them. And when you say that I make things more explicit, I think I probably make them more ambiguous. For example, I can't tell you what Killer Joe is about. I have no idea. My wife asked me. I don't know. But I know that I understand these characters. I think they're really fascinating, interesting, unusual. I think they're very representative of human nature. To me, this film, I don't know if Tracy agrees or Emil or the producers, but to me, this is a twisted love story, like Cinderella. You know Cinderella? Only, I'll see you later. So long, Dad. It's my father. He's heard me say this before. Cinderella is always looking for Prince Charming. And in this story, she finds Prince Charming. But he happens to be a hired killer. And I think most women will tell you, all women are looking in some ways for a prince or Princess Charming, and often you get a hired killer, you know. And, you know, this is true. I mean, I've been married 4 times. No, what? No, you should say shame. You say shame on you. No, because... No, that's not something I'm proud of. But, you know, I've always been looking for Cinderella. And instead I find hired killers. Not my first one, not Jean Moreau. I mean, I was married to Jean Moreau, for those of you who were born last week. But, and she's a wonderful woman and a great star. What the hell she was doing with me, I have no idea. I think she was looking for Prince Charming and got me. No, but we're still very close. Great actress. She's a great director. But I hope that clarifies your question. I don't try to make things explicit. I make them ambiguous. As Tracy says, where does the chicken bone come from? It's a humiliation. I think it's probably the worst humiliation you could think of at that time. No?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. The hell's he doing up here?